Maulana Maududi, the esteemed founder of Jamaat-e-Islami, Maulana Maududi, passed away on September 22, 1979 in the United States of America, where he had been staying with his son for the purpose of receiving medical treatment. His initial funeral prayer was solemnly conducted in America. Following this, his mortal remains were then transported to London, where a second funeral prayer was subsequently offered for him. After this, on September 25th, the body was flown to Karachi by PIA. Their funeral prayer was held in an open field outside the airport. Later, the body was transported to Lahore by special arrangement. Meanwhile, their final funeral prayer had been announced for September 25th at Lahore's Gaddafi Stadium. On the day of the funeral, people were heading towards Gaddafi Stadium by buses, wagons, cars, taxis, motorcycles, and on foot, where your funeral prayer was to be held. A massive crowd was pouring into Gaddafi Stadium for the funeral prayer. On one side, people were slowly advancing in miles-long organized queues, eager to catch a final glimpse. Consequently, on September 26, your final funeral prayer was performed at Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore. The funeral prayer, Lati, was led by the renowned Islamic scholar, Dr. Yusuf Al-Qaradawi. A vast number of people participated in it, while Gaddafi Stadium was completely packed. After the performance of the funeral prayer, he was laid to rest in the green garden of his residence.
And it is only when these very lamps are ignited that light will truly shine forth for all. Now we shall fight for the sacred Quran, for Allah.
Allama Ehsan Elahi Zahir Shahid, Allama Ehsan Elahi Zahir Shahid, may Allah's mercy be upon him, was a distinguished orator, a devout Islamic scholar, and an outspoken political leader of the Ahle Hadith school of thought. Pakistan's first religious and political bomb blast occurred in Lahore on March 23, 1987. At the Sirat Nabi gathering taking place near Minar Pakistan, the renowned religious scholar, author, orator, and politician of his era, Allama Ehsan Elahi Zahir, was in the midst of delivering a powerful address when a bomb, cleverly concealed within a flower vase placed on the stage, was remotely detonated.
If he's an infidel, he places his trust in the sword's might. And if he's a believer, he trusts in God's power, not his own.
In which Allama Ehsan Elahi Zahir suffered severe injuries. Upon the personal request of the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Fahd bin Abdulaziz, he was subsequently transferred to the military hospital in Riyadh, the capital city of Saudi Arabia. By then, the bomb's poison had completely permeated your system, making it impossible for you to recover. And on March 30th, 1987, you were blessed with the cup of martyrdom. Saudi Arabia's then Grand Mufti Sheikh Abdul Aziz bin Baz led your funeral prayer in Riyadh. Subsequently, the funeral prayer was also offered in the Prophet's Mosque, Masjid-e-Nabwi. In the presence of thousands of grieving individuals, he was laid to rest in Jannatul Baqi. Pir Nasiruddin Nasir, the prolific author of dozens of books, a distinguished poet in 5 languages, and a personality of international fame, the revered Sufi scholar of religion, the Sajada Nashin of Golra Sharif, Pir Syed Nasiruddin Nasir Gilani, at the age of 59, passed away on Friday, February 13, 2019, due to a sudden cardiac arrest. He was the esteemed great-grandson of the revered Pir Meher Ali Shah Gilani. The news of the passing of Pir Nasiruddin Shah, a truly revered and influential figure, spread like wildfire across the twin cities of Rawalpindi and Islamabad, and indeed throughout the entire nation. In response, thousands upon thousands of his devoted followers began to converge upon Darbar Golra Sharif. His funeral prayer, the Namaz-e-Janaza, was conducted in Golra Sharif. An immense multitude of people participated in the funeral procession. Meanwhile, during this solemn occasion, profoundly moving and emotional scenes unfolded, and a large number of individuals were seen wailing inconsolably and remembering him. You were laid to rest in the sacred embrace of your esteemed father, Pir Ghulam Moinuddin, and your revered great-grandfather, Pir Meher Ali Shah. May Allah have mercy on them. Maulana Dr. Syed Sher Ali Shah, Dawn Haqqani, the Shaykh al-Hadith of Akora Khattak. Maulana Dr. Syed Sher Ali Shah Madani passed away from this world on October 31, 2015. His funeral prayer, the Namaz-e-Janaza, was performed in Akora Khattak in a field near Darul Ulum Haqqaniya. The occasion witnessed deeply moving and emotional scenes. Millions of people attended the funeral prayer, including thousands of respected scholars, revered spiritual leaders, prominent political figures, and individuals from all schools of thought. According to observers, this funeral was the most unique and distinctive in Pakistan's history, with people participating from all corners of Pakistan as well as from other countries including Afghanistan. Observers reported 5 kilometers of funeral procession and long queues of vehicles. It was like a surging ocean of people. Ande amma ande appamba sobaton. For the 5 hours, GT road traffic remained continuously jammed. His body was placed in the ancient Dal Hadith of Haqqani graveyard for the last viewing, and he was laid to rest in Akora Khatak. Dr. Israr Ahmed. On April 14, 2010, the eminent Quranic scholar and devoted selfless servant of Islam, Dr. Israr Ahmed, passed away from this transient world. The news of Dr. Israr Ahmed's demise was broadcast as breaking news by television channels across the globe. No sooner had the news spread than a large crowd of people rushed towards Quran Academy Lahore to catch a final glimpse of Dr. Sahab and offer comfort to his grieving relatives. Everyone who looked at Dr. Sahab's face felt as if he was sleeping in a profoundly peaceful manner. A huge crowd of people was arriving from every gate of Model Town Park by 4 p.m. and despite the intense heat, people were sitting calmly in rows waiting for the time of the Asr prayer. Walk-through gates were installed at every gate of Model Town Park with a heavy police presence deployed everywhere. Police also guarded the entire funeral route. Due to the massive crowd, all roads leading to the park were jammed with traffic. People were seen abandoning their cars on the road, rushing towards the park to attend the funeral. At 5 o'clock, the moment the ambulance bearing the body of Dr. Sahab entered through the park's main gate, all restraints of order and discipline completely shattered, and a vast multitude of people, crying inconsolably to achieve the sacred honor of shouldering the bier of this devoted servant of the Quran, surged forward towards the ambulance. The Islamic organization and the police assigned to security, after making strenuous efforts, transported the body to the designated place for the funeral prayer. His son Hafiz Akif Saeed led the Asr prayer. Subsequently, in his brief address, he exhorted the attendees to patience and reiterated the firm resolve to continue the mission of the esteemed Dr. Sahab. At approximately 5:30, Hafiz Akif Saeed, the NBE, led the funeral prayer for the respected Dr. Israr Ahmed. At the time of the funeral prayer, every eye was filled with tears and every heart was deeply grieved. On this solemn occasion, Model Town Park, despite its immense spaciousness, appeared to be struggling with the sheer press of people. The number of attendees was impossible to count. A vast multitude of individuals from all walks of life was present. It was initially decided that following the funeral prayers, the deceased body would be made available for final viewing. However, the public's emotions were rapidly escalating beyond the control of the organizers and security personnel. Some individuals were seen kissing the bier, while others desperately yearned for a glimpse of the face. Amidst the intense pushing and shoving, many elderly attendees were unfortunately falling to the ground. Due to the immense rush and the uncontrollable crowd, completely overwhelmed by emotions and considering the serious risk of desecration of the deceased's body, it was reluctantly decided as an emergency measure that the final viewing should not be allowed here at this time. Therefore, Dr. Israr Ahmed's mortal remains were, with considerable effort, brought to the ambulance and his final journey for interment commenced. Since the graveyard was located at some distance, this journey also took on the appearance of a grand procession. Just before the sacred call to the evening prayer, in the hallowed grounds of the cemetery adjacent to the Quran Academy, amidst the profound sorrow expressed through heartfelt sighs and quiet sobs, Dr. Israr Ahmed was reverently lowered into his eternal resting place. Mufti Muhammad Amin Qadri. Mufti Muhammad Amin, a highly distinguished religious scholar, widely renowned for his profound theological contributions and the esteemed author of 2 internationally acclaimed religious books, Abe Kausar and Al Burhan, passed away in Faisalabad on January 5, 2018 at the venerable age of approximately 100 years. Your funeral prayer was performed at Faisalabad's Dobighat ground, where millions of people, including esteemed scholars and spiritual leaders, participated. Due to the immense number of attendees, the Dobighat ground in Faisalabad proved to be insufficient to accommodate everyone. As far as the eye could reach, there was nothing visible but an immense multitude of human heads. Remember that a large funeral prayer is not proof of one's righteousness, but it is certainly a sign of how much love and reverence exists in people's hearts for the departed.